Welcome to Nickbox.com. My name is Nick.
And this is my box.
So last time I talked about the fact that I started my book, and I did. I actually started writing my book. I didn't really get much of a chance to talk about it though, so I'm going to do that a little bit today. So I mentioned before that I had the two series that I was working on. I had the sci-fi series, and I had the fantasy series. So which one did I start working on? Neither one of them. As most ideas you think of as great come to you, I was in the shower thinking about which stories I wanted to work on, and I could not get my mind wrapped around either one of these. And then for some reason, this story popped in my head. It's one that my friend Marcus and I started a long time ago. It's actually a script for a movie, but I decided it's so ingrained in my head right now and it's so easy to think about, and we did a lot of work plotting it out, that maybe I should actually start turning this into a book. The more I thought about the story, the more excited I really got about it. It's pretty well planned out, but there's always these components that we could never quite get through because we are such perfectionists. That's why it's so hard to finish. But the book doesn't have to be perfect. I just have to have a first draft. I'm gonna rewrite it anyway. There's probably not gonna be much left of the first draft in the final draft. So some of you may actually be wondering, what is this new story about? I'm not gonna tell you. I can't really say anything about the story because I don't want to give it away. I want you to actually read the book. I mean, that is the point of this whole project, is to actually put something on paper for people to read. And whether that means I get published or not, I will make this story available some way. I would like to get published because getting a book published means more people are going to read it. If I just put it online, yeah, I might get a few of my friends to read it. But if it's actually bound and sold at stores that people can go buy, there's going to be a lot more people interested in reading it. It's a fascinating story, and the one thing I will tell you, it's about a guy who has a really, really bad day. And then I came across this video by Sean Anker. He did a TED's talk about changing your perspective in the world and how that affects the things that you do and the things that you see. There's a link right here that you can click to actually take a look at Sean Anker's TED Talks video, or you can go down below in the video pants. And then there's information about this man and kind of what he suggests and how this whole thing works. And I'll give you a quick rundown. In the video, he talks about the ways that you can change your perception of the world. And in changing your perception, you stop focusing on all the negative and you start focusing on the positive. You start seeing that stuff more often. So if you're having a really, really bad day, doesn't it seem like everything just tends to get worse and worse and worse? If you're having a great day, it takes a lot to ruin it. Nobody wants to focus on the negative. Nobody wants to live in a world that's just full of crap. People generally want to be happy. So here's my experiment. I'm going to take 1 week and start writing down all the things that kind of piss me off and upset me and disappoint me and make me upset generally. And then for 21 days, I'm going to do the 5 things that Sean talks about. Write down 3 things a day that I am grateful for. Journaling about 1 positive experience that I had within the last 24 hours. Meditation, trying to clear my mind of all the things that my brain keeps bouncing around in there. Exercise, self-explanatory. And the last thing is to send out a random act of kindness to 1 person every day. Whether that be an email or a Facebook post, just something to say, thank you for being there, thank you for being in my life. And I challenge you to do the same thing. Write down 3 things that you're grateful for. Write down something positive in the last 24 hours. Exercise, meditate, and practice a random act of kindness. And at the end of that, we'll see if it really works. Thanks for being awesome.